What is up, coordinators and naturals? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to space in the cosmic era. Last time, we saw the self-destruction of the Orb Union. Kigali escaped on the Kusanagi as Uzumi destroyed the Orb mass driver and their base, which was named Kaguya. In this video, we will see Athrun try to reason with his father. We will see Lacus steal a ship, and we will see the return of a promoted Captain Badriel. Let's not waste any time, and let's get into this. The Kusanagi is fully deployed and space ready. Kigali is still mourning the death of her father. Ramius and Mu get a tour of the Kusanagi, which is Orb's Izumo class ship. The Izumo class has a modular design and can be split into 3 parts: the front, center, and rear. Part B could be used for atmospheric re-entry and also be sent up into Orb using the mass driver. Well, it used to be able to, as both the Kusanagi and the Archangel were both built by Morgenrot. The Archangel adapted many of the designs of the Izumo class. It also has a plasma blaster cannon, a Gottfried cannon like the Archangel, a multi-barrel CIWS and missile launcher. Its specialty weapon is the plasma booster, which helps the ship get into orbit without the help of the mass driver system. However, as we saw last time, the Archangel used the plasma booster to get into space, and the Kusanagi used the mass driver system. While on board the Kusanagi, Mu Laflaga wonders if Athrun knows what he is throwing away by fighting with them. Athrun chooses to fight with them, however. He also tells them that they once found people hiding in an abandoned Mendel colony around the L4 point, and that they should head there and use the colony to gain supplies. In the plants, Patrick Zolla tells the world that Lacus Klein is a traitor. Wait a minute, is that Shin as a cadet? Didn't his parents die like yesterday? Anyways, Siegel Klein is assassinated by Patrick Zolla. While Klein is broadcasting a message to his people, Lacus Klein is also sending her own message of peace. Lacus Klein is informed that the Battle of Victoria is going in favor of the EA and their new Strike Dagger mobile suit. She is also informed that her father was just assassinated. Meanwhile, Azrael believes that the 2 units he saw at Orb are nuclear powered. Back on the Archangel, Kigali tells Kira that they are twins. She doesn't really understand the how or the why though, and neither does Kira. But he suggests to remember that no matter what, Uzumi is their true father. Back on Earth, the EA is building a ship very similar to the Archangel. It seems that Lieutenant Badriel will be assigned to this new ship. Athrun asks for a shuttle to return to plant. He wants to talk to his father and see if he could stop all of this with words. Athrun takes a shuttle instead of Justice, just in case something happens. Raulu Crusette also learns of the Justice and Freedom Gundams in Jammer Cancellors. He is very intrigued. Kira tells Athrun not to die and they part ways. Athrun makes his way towards Yahin Dwe. Yahin Dwe is a Zaft military fortress and their last line of defense. Its thick rock walls prevent the fortress from bombardment and would take a giant nuclear blast to penetrate it. This is one of the 2 asteroids converted by Zaft, the other being Boaz, which we will talk more about later. At the fortress, Athrun meets with his father. He came in cuffs because he was riding in a Federation shuttle. He asks Patrick what his true feelings are about this war. Athrun's father tells him that he will continue fighting until every last natural is exterminated. It is here that Athrun realizes that his father isn't fighting for the betterment of the coordinators and the plants. He is simply the antithesis to Blue Cosmos, another force of hate. Patrick points a gun at Athrun and demands to know where the freedom and justice are. Athrun runs at his father. He shoots him in the shoulder and arrests him. While being dragged away, he tries to bust out. One of the Zaft soldiers helps him. He is Martin DaCosta, a former soldier for Andrew Watfield, who says he is a part of the Klein faction. Over at the hangar, a group of Zaft soldiers steal a battleship. The commander of the rogue Zaft crew is none other than Andrew Watfield himself. It seems that Kira did not kill him. Watfield and Lacus work together to command the Eternal. The FFMH Y-101 Eternal is a one-of-a-kind ship created by Zaft. This ship is specifically designed to house the Justice and Freedom along with their Meteor units. It is faster than the Nazca-class ship and is one of the lightest in terms of firepower, with only a large beam cannon, twin railguns, Vulcans, and battery defense missile launchers. Athrun is surprised to see Lacus on board. Yahin's mobile suit forces follow the Eternal. While the Eternal is getting assaulted, the Freedom comes in to help out. Kira is able to ward off most of Zaft's forces. The Eternal heads to the abandoned colony Mendel. Kira finds out that Watfield is still alive. Lacus consoles Nikita after the death of her father finally gets to her. The recently promoted Captain Badriel is running a simulation with her crew on the new ship, the Dominion. The Dominion is the second Archangel-class ship that was created. The Dominion Corps is a part of the 7th Space Fleet. Badriel meets with Azrael for the first time. The Dominion will be the new home for the Calamity, Raider, and Forbidden. Their new mission is to also destroy the Archangel. Rao makes his plan to attack the Mendel colony. Meanwhile, Earth forces move most of their forces to the moon after the Battle of Victoria. The Dominion notices Nazca-class ships and head towards the Mendel colony as well. We are starting to see the formation of the 3 ships alliance. The 3 ships represent each nation that has played a part in this war. The Archangel represents the defected Earth Alliance, the Kusanagi, which represents the ideals of Orb, and the Eternal, which represents the Klein faction of the Zaft ideal. Both Uzumi Atha and Siegel Klein both had similar beliefs in that coordinators and naturals could live together in peace. However, with the rise of Patrick Zala and Zaft and Blue Cosmos in the Earth Alliance, led to a more radical shift. The Freedom and Justice are now on the Eternal, while the Buster and Strike remain on the Archangel. The 3 ships notice the new ship approaching. It is the Dominion. They fire the large cannon on the Mendel. The Archangel goes out while the Eternal and Kusanagi prep for launch. The Archangel notices that it is the same class ship. Badriel suggests that Ramius surrenders. Of course, Ramius declines. Calamity, Forbidden, and Raider launch. Kira, Mu, Diarca, and Athrun launch as well and engage in battle. The Kusanagi is trapped on a cable, and a stray unit goes out to remove it. The Dominion gets the upper hand on the Archangel. All those moments of Badriel micromanaging Ramius may have proven to be a good thing, as Badriel seems to be the better strategist in this situation. She launches missiles at the Freedom Gundam. Kira is able to dodge most of the attack, but is getting surrounded by the Gat Gundams. Meanwhile, Raoul Le Creuset and Isaac launch and head towards the Mendel. The Buster and Strike go to stop Rao's forces from joining the battle. Isaac is surprised when he runs into Diarca. Mu and Rao engage in battle. Now that Kusanagi and the Eternal are on the battlefield, the Dominion retreats. It is clear that Azrael has no clue about military strategy. Kira and Athrun recognize that the EA Gundam pilots aren't naturals, but they aren't exactly coordinators either. Mu, Diarca, Rao, and Isaac continue their battle. Everyone rests but Kira, who goes out to look for Diarca and Mu. Diarca gets out of his Gundam and tries to have a talk with Isaac. Rao does a good amount of damage to the Strike, but Kira comes in and helps out. Kira takes down Rao's Sigu, but he ejects and runs away. Mu and Kira chase after him. While fighting with Rao, he tells Kira that he was born here on Mendel, a place where experiments were done on coordinators to create something called the Ultimate Coordinator. Rao shows Kira the same picture that Uzumi gave Kigali. Rao also shows a picture of Mu and his father. what exactly is going on and where did Mu and Kira come from? We will have to wait until next time. But that will do it for this episode. We are slowly starting to learn about the past of Kira, Kigali, and Mu. We also see Lacus taking up the mantle of where her father left off, similar to Kigali, having to bear down the weight of what Uzumi left her. When push comes to shove, Badriel also seemed to put her money where her mouth was and proved herself as a great military strategist. And although we see the formation of the Three Ships Alliance, will that be enough to take down both Zaft and the EA? In our next episode, we will find out everything as we conclude our journey through Cosmic Era 71 and Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. We will also see the justice and freedom wear the meteor packs and truly become indestructible Gundams. But until next time, coordinators, remember, don't try to convince your radical father that peace is the option. You might just end up getting shot. Peace.